Since the Stonewall riots of 50 years ago, the LGBTQ community has become more visible, but a lot of people still go through tough times before their family or community accepts them. These days, what's inspiring is that more LGBTQ community members are embracing their true selves. Coming out hasn't always been a safe option for those in the LGBTQ community. Many people hiding who they were due to violence and discrimination. This was the case for 62-year-old Rick, who grew up in rural New Mexico.
LGBTQ people back in those days were viewed as essentially perverts. It was something that if you had any thoughts about it, you would think about how you would make it go away.
Acceptance of the LGBTQ community has risen, making coming out an easier process for some, but still a difficult process for many, especially growing up in a traditional Ghanaian culture like Michael did.
So I didn't come out earlier because I had anxiety and fear. And I went through a couple periods of just trying to ridiculously pray the gay away.
Anna, who identifies as queer, came out when she was just 14 years old. Although an LGBTQ activist now, she too did not have an easy coming out process.
I got slurs thrown around. I remember someone told me that I was the reason why the HIV and AIDS crisis spread. It was very, 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 very lonely for a very, very long time.
As a closeted gay teen, NBC News correspondent Joe Fryer hoped it was just a phase.
I think when I was young and I tried to picture what my life would be as an adult, I sort of assumed that I would marry a woman and have kids. And I think part of that made me feel sad because I felt like I wouldn't be living my real, true life.
50 years after the Stonewall riots, with the advent of social media, LGBTQ people are gaining visibility. There are LGBTQ role models now, LGBTQ people elected to office. Yet despite all the advancements, there are still unnerving setbacks.
You know, there are still huge disparities in almost every measure of health and well-being that the LGBTQ community faces. Low rates of health insurance coverage, high rates of suicide. We know that kids are going to school and they're being bullied in many places, or they come out at home and they're facing lack of acceptance in their home and community.
But with trailblazers like Ellen DeGeneres,
I'm gay,
and TV shows like Queer Eye, to the pop hits of 2019. People are becoming empowered to embrace who they are, including me. When you see a famous person or celebrity or just someone that you look up to come out, that empowers you to be able to come out. That makes you feel like it's okay, and I feel like you should live your honest, true self. And now LGBTQ people from a range of generations are spreading messages to inspire those in their own community to own who they are and live proudly.
No matter what happens, no matter what you go through, you to you, we have to be okay with us.
Making the decision to be authentic it's a great feeling. It's freeing.
It may sound cliche to know it gets better, but it really does get better.
Just knowing that people are fighting for you on every level, whether it's grassroots activism or in the legislature of both federal and state levels, whether you see it physically or not, there are people who are fighting for you, and there are people who will do anything they can to make you feel better and to make you safe where you are.
While coming out has gotten easier, LGBTQ youth are still nearly 5 times as likely to attempt suicide, driving home the importance of visibility. So when an LGBTQ teacher, a coach, or celebrity comes out and publicly shares their lives, the impact is immeasurable.